All right, is everybody ready?
We're always ready for you.
Always ready. Let's see. Time being 10:31 a.m., October 30th, 2024. I'd like to call this meeting to order of Kane County's American Rescue Plan Committee. Clerk, please call roll for attendance.
Kenyon. Bates. Gums. Leonard.
Leonard here.
Molina.
Molina present.
Strathman.
Strathman here.
Surges. Pepe.
Pepe here.
Sanchez.
Sanchez present. I have received no remote attendance requests. Is there anyone online that wanted to attend remotely? Doesn't look like it. Okay. Small crowd today. I'm not upset with that. Approval of the minutes, September 25th, 2024. Somebody make a motion of some type to approve those minutes. Okay, Bates asked for unanimous consent. Any objection? Minutes are approved. Mute your phones. Come on, you savages. Just kidding. Public comment. I don't have anyone signed up. And is anybody here to do public comment for the ARP committee? Nope. Okay. Discussion items. The committee report you have on file. If you have any questions, Ms. Fonstock can answer any questions at this time on the report. No. Okay. Nothing for other committee matters. So let's get on to new business. Hopefully you all received the summary and had a chance to look at it just so you have some sense of what we're about to accomplish today. Hold on one second. Okay. So as of this morning, assuming we approve all of these items today, we shouldn't have any money left over to allocate for the American Rescue Plan funds, which is huge. The main part of the ride is the uphill part of the ride is over. And now it'll plateau and then go down eventually. So yeah, $103 million and 3 years, over 3 years. We started in June 2021. Yeah. Yeah, all this sounded very far away, and here we are. So just putting that in your mind as we get started today. That's what we're here to do. Let's get this done as we've been talking about, have it all obligated by the end of this year. So thank you all for being here. We have a quorum, which is great. So I need now a motion in a second. We have a resolution authorizing awards for competitive facilitation of support groups for individuals whose loved ones is struggling in active addiction and individuals affected by overdose death and execution of grant agreements.
Leonard moves.
Strathman seconds.
Any questions on this one?
Mr. Chair, Gums,
Gums, go ahead.
just a really quick question. So in the resolution, we're talking about spending 25% for years 23 and 24. I just want to know how we can go retroactively. Is that, something that's been vetted and acceptable? Okay, thank you. Any other questions? Any other questions on this item? Okay, clerk, please call the roll.
Bates.
Bates, yes.
Gums.
Gums, yes.
Leonard.
Leonard, yes.
Molina.
Molina, yes.
Strathman.
Yes.
Pepe.
Pepe, yes.
Sanchez.
Sanchez, yes. Item B, authorizing award for competitive community health first and training grant and the execution of grant agreements. Get a motion in a second.
Strathman moves.
Gums will second.
Hold on, which one?
Just go with what I gave you, yeah.
Sorry, there's a little agenda mix up. The one that we have printed seems to be in the wrong order. So let's get back on track. If you can retract that motion in second, please.
I'll
Okay.
retract.
And then we are now transitioning to the agenda as it is online. For some reason, this paper copy is a little different, so apologize for that. So going back to original item A, we did pass one though, so that's legit still. Authorizing the use of state and local fiscal recovery funds for Association for Individual Development to support the expansion of access to mental health and crisis support services in Kane County and execution of agreement. I need a motion and a second.
Please, can you it's not up there and which one are you doing on the agenda?
E on our agenda, B on his.
B is
So,
boy.
yeah, the paper copy that that I
just got?
handed you, that one, it's just, it's incorrect. The one that's online has the correct order that we're gonna follow.
Okay, can we have it up there then?
So I have, Mr. Chair.
Hmm?
I have B as authorizing the execution, so that's incorrect.
A should be the AID resolution.
10-4,
Yeah, so you printed it offline,
right? And B is,
the one that,
which one did we just pass?
AID.
the one that we just passed was it's actually item C.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
Mr. Chair, do you want me to print off like 8
I'm
copies for
completely
everybody?
That's not
Mr.
necessary for me,
yeah.
but
so just refer to the digital agenda. But could you put the actual agenda
Okay.
on the screen, not the resolution?
so just for clarity, we passed C already.
Which one did
We
pass?
passed item C that is on the digital agenda.
Very good. Thank you.
Yes. Righting this ship. All right. So we now have a motion and a second for AID. Did we get a motion and a second?
So now we're on A.
Yes. All right.
Gums will move.
Bates will second.
Okay, Gums and Bates. Any questions on this one? Okay, clerk, please call the roll.
Bates,
Bates, yes.
Gums,
Gums, yes.
Leonard,
Leonard, yes.
Molina,
Molina, yes.
Strathman,
Strathman, could I have the number? I only have one agenda here. I don't know which number I'm passing, so this is A on the.
On the digital, the one that's online, that's available online.
This is the AID one.
This is the agenda online.
Yes.
AID has
Okay, I'm totally confused. I
There's the
apologize.
agenda that was printed out this morning was incorrect, but the one that's online is the one that we're going off of now.
I think.
Yeah.
So this is now. Tell me which number this is.
The EID resolution is item A.
A is an apple.
Yes.
I voted yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
You can keep going with the roll.
Strathman,
Choose yes.
Yes.
Tepe,
Yes.
Sanchez,
Sanchez, yes. Item B, authorizing execution of memorandum of understandings for internal county American Rescue Plan projects funded by state and local fiscal recovery funds.
Gums will move.
Gums moves.
Strathman
Leonard will
seconds.
second.
Strathman seconds. This is a housekeeping one that will allow the county board chair to sign the MOUs that come up for a lot of these projects. We've been putting them through the committee as just a formality to get that approval. But this is basically saying any of the ones that come up between now and December 31st, Madam Chair has our permission to sign. That's our intention is to get these programs going, and we want to make sure all the contracts are signed by the end of the year. Any questions on this one?
Nope.
Okay, clerk, please call the roll.
Bates,
Bates, yes.
Gums,
Gums, yes.
Leonard,
Leonard, yes.
Molina,
Molina, yes.
Strathman,
Strathman, yes.
Tepe.
Yes.
Okay, now we're going to, we passed item C. That's what we originally thought was item A. And that begins where we just have a series of contracts and award authorizations for projects that were previously approved. So these are the kinds of things that Madam Chair will be able to sign off for us going forward. But for today, I have item D, authorizing award for competitive community mental health first aid training grant and the execution of grant agreements. Need a motion and a second. Bates moves.
Leonard seconds.
Leonard seconds. Any questions on this one? Clerk, please call the roll.
Bates,
Yes.
Gums,
Yes.
Leonard,
Leonard, yes.
Molina,
Molina, yes.
Strathman,
And yes.
Tepe.
Yes.
Okay, next up, Resolution E, authorizing awards for neuropsychological, neurodevelopmental evaluations and execution of grant agreements. I need a motion and a second.
Strathman moves.
Strathman moves.
Bates seconds.
Bates seconds. I don't know about you guys, but I hope I qualify for some of these services.
Flunk.
Hope you don't.
You still never did them.
Valuation. I just want to know. Any questions on this one? Okay, clerk, please call the roll.
Bates,
Yes.
Gums,
Gums, yes.
Leonard,
Leonard, yes.
Molina,
Molina, yes.
Strathman,
Strathman, yes.
Tepe.
Sanchez, yes.
Sanchez.
Resolution F, approving amendment to the Behavioral Health System Improvement Grant Agreements with Mid Valley Special Co-op and the Family Recovery Centers, PLLC, Mathers Recovery, and the START Program.
Bates moves.
Bates moves,
Leonard seconds.
Leonard seconds. Any questions? Clerk, please call the roll.
Bates,
Bates, yes.
Gums,
Gums, yes.
Leonard,
Leonard, yes.
Molina,
Melina, yes.
Strathman,
Strathman, yes.
Tepe,
Pepe, yes.
Sanchez.
Sanchez, yes. Item G, authorizing awards for Kane County Food and Farm Resiliency Project grants and the execution of grant agreements. Need a motion and a second.
Gums
Melina
move.
moves.
I'm gonna give it to Melina. Gum seconds. Any questions on this one? This one's going to support local food. We have a huge opportunity for local food in this county, so I'm happy to see this move forward, hopefully. So with that, clerk, please call the roll.
Bates,
Bates, yes.
Gums,
Gums, yes.
Leonard,
Leonard, yes.
Molina,
Melina, yes.
Strathman,
Strathman, yes.
Tepe.
Pepe, yes.
Item H, authorizing a contract between Kane County and Earthworks for the construction of 5 non-motorized watercraft launches for Kane County Development and Community Service Department's ARPA Fabulous Fox Water Trail Infrastructure Project. Need a motion and a second.
Strathman moves.
Bates moves, Strathman seconds. Any questions on this one?
Yay.
Yay. Not a question, but that's a good comment.
Okay.
Okay. Clerk, please call the roll.
Bates,
Yes.
Gums,
Gums, yes.
Leonard,
Leonard, yes.
Molina,
Melina, yes.
Strathman,
Strathman, yes.
Tepe,
Pepe, yes.
Sanchez.
Sanchez, yes. Item I, authorizing agreement with Acme Auto Leasing LLC for lease of 2 vehicles with funding allocated by resolution 24-136. I need a motion and a second.
Gums will move.
Gums moves,
Leonard seconds.
Leonard seconds,
Question.
Bates.
Are these, did we look into electrical vehicles for these?
Suzanne, do you know offhand?
And maybe Steve can.
Steve Ford, Assistant State's Attorney, is approaching.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Steve Ford from the State's Attorney's Office. You know, we worked with purchasing to put a bid out, and this was an instance where we put out options for purchase and lease, and we only had one respondent for each. So in this instance, I believe we're limited to what
Okay, thank you.
was actually responded to in the bid.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, any other questions?
Question,
Ms. Medina?
just regarding, because it's a lease, how does that work? Because it's ARPA funding? After the lease is over, they're not gonna have funding to continue to use a car, or how would that work after the lease agreement is over?
Thanks, Ms. Molina. My understanding is that we'll make lease payments from the ARPA funds until December 31st, 2026. And then I believe that the State's Attorney's Office will make the remaining payments on the lease at that point.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions, comments, concerns? Hearing none, clerk, please call the roll.
Bates,
Bates, yes.
Gums,
Gums, yes.
Leonard,
Leonard, yes.
Molina,
Melina, yes.
Strathman,
Strathman, yes.
Tepe,
Pepe, yes.
Sanchez.
Item J, resolution authorizing the transfer of remaining unspent and unallocated state and local fiscal recovery funds from Fund 350 to Fund 355. I need a motion and a second.
Leonard will move.
Tempe seconds. Leonard moves, Tepe seconds. This one's housekeeping. There's just unspent funds in the health department from contact tracing and a lot of the efforts that were active during the pandemic. And this is just transferring it back to the main COVID fund so it could be used somewhere else. Leonard.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Any idea what those balances are that are going to be transferred?
20.
122.
It's in here. It's 120.
120,000.
$122,511.
I'm glad Berman's not here because I didn't write the totals out, the dollar amounts for each of these. I'll do that executive. So yeah, any other questions,
Burn
comments?
is here.
What's that?
Burn is here.
No, Berman,
Berman, okay,
Dale.
thank
Yeah.
you.
He's good with that. He reads the amounts.
Yep.
Smart. Okay, clerk, please call the roll.
Bates,
Bates, yes.
Gums,
Gums, yes.
Leonard,
Leonard, yes.
Molina,
Melina, yes.
Strathman,
Strathman, yes.
Tepe,
Pepe, yes.
Sanchez.
Sanchez, yes. Item K, authorizing the de-obligating of state and local fiscal recovery funds from the Public Health Department's completed contact tracing project and re-obligating some of the funds to the exterior envelope pipe chase improvement at the Kane County Jail project and the Kane County Satellite Offices Building and Elgin HVAC System renovations project for the Building Management Department. I need a motion and a second.
Molina moves.
Melina moves.
Leonard will second.
Leonard seconds. So we've essentially said the money from the health department goes back into the ARPA fund. This is now de-obligating the money used for contact tracing. It's like the authority we gave to spend this amount of money on that. It's saying we take that back and now we're moving it over to these projects. Any questions? Gums, go ahead.
I do have a question perhaps for the state's attorney. So in this resolution, we have two different projects. I need it to be explained to me. K and M are actually similar here. So we have a project for one building and a second project for another building, and I have an issue with that. And I don't know how to resolve that issue, but it's two separate. I don't believe it should be in the same resolution.
I guess the state's attorney, the question would be, is there an issue with obligating these funds to do two different projects in one resolution?
So we have a jail project and then we have the Elgin project, and I have an issue with two separate projects being in one resolution.
Mr. Chairman?
Hold on, let's give the assistant state's attorney a chance to respond.
Would it be possible to pass this one? I can look into it, review the resolution, and hopefully give you a more clear answer.
Mr. Leonard?
Yes, I think Ms. Gums brings up a good point. However, both of these projects were approved and it's just a reallocation of funds. So I don't know that it necessarily affects the original resolutions that were passed.
Ms. Bates?
I wanted to know if they were in the same fund.
Same fund, the two projects that we're
Yeah.
sending it to?
Is that? put it back into
Well, the
same
money
fund?
stays in the ARPA fund and then it gets reimbursed out of that to those
Okay.
others.
So, Mr. Chair, just note that I will push this forward to get a response,
Okay.
both of these. So
Yeah, of course.
thank you very much.
Any other questions or comments? All right, clerk, please call the roll.
Bates,
It's yes.
Gums,
Gums, yes.
Leonard,
Leonard, yes.
Molina,
Molina, yes.
Strathman,
Strathman, yes.
Tepe,
Tepe, yes.
Sanchez.
Sanchez, yes. Okay, Resolution L, authorizing the use of state and local fiscal recovery funds by the Between Friends Food Pantry of Sugar Grove and execution of agreement. I need a motion and a second.
Molina moves.
Melina
Leonard
moves.
seconds.
Leonard seconds. You may recall this was brought to us by Member Williams. Brought it to our attention as a food pantry that was not a part of our original community support grant program. They're just asking for a very small amount that we were able to easily fit into this resolution. Any other questions, comments on this one? Clerk, please call the roll.
Bates,
It's yes.
Gums,
Gums, yes.
Leonard,
Leonard, yes.
Molina,
Molina, yes.
Strathman,
Strathman, yes.
Tepe,
Tepe, yes.
Sanchez.
Sanchez, yes. All right, we're gonna do some more de-obligating and re-obligating. Hold on. Item M, authorizing the de-obligating of state and local fiscal recovery funds from the Transitional Housing Program project approved in Resolution 24-306 to the Kane County Satellite Offices Building and Elgin HVAC system renovations and the HVAC improvements at court services for the Kane County Building Management Department. I need a motion and a second.
Bates moves.
Bates moves,
Strathman, seconds.
Strathman seconds. Any questions?
Mr. Chair,
Gums?
just similar as to K. That's all. I just have the same sentiment on this one.
Okay.
So
Noted. Anyone else? Hearing none. Clerk, please call the roll.
Bates,
Bates, yes.
Gums,
yes.
Leonard,
Leonard, yes.
Molina,
Molina, yes.
Strathman,
Strathman, yes.
Tepe,
Tepe, yes.
Sanchez.
Sanchez, yes. Item N, resolution authorizing the de-obligating and re-obligating of unspent state and local fiscal recovery funds authorized for use in resolutions 22-66, 23-78, 23-183, and 23-272, and re-obligating the funds to HVAC improvements at court services for the Kane County Building Management Department. I need a motion and a second.
Leonard moves.
Leonard moves.
Bates seconds.
Bates seconds. Any questions? Okay, clerk, please call the roll.
Bates,
Bates, yes.
Gums,
Gums, yes.
Leonard,
Leonard, yes.
Molina,
Molina, yes.
Strathman,
Strathman, yes.
Tepe,
Tempe, yes.
Sanchez.
Sanchez, yes. Item O, resolution authorizing the de-obligating of state and local fiscal recovery funds from the HVAC improvements at Third Street Courthouse project approved in resolutions 24-180 and 24-347, and re-obligating the same funds to the shooting range HVAC system renovations project for the Kane County Building Management Department. Need a motion and a second.
Gums will move.
Gums moves,
Leonard will second.
Leonard seconds. Any questions? Clerk, please call the roll.
Bates,
Bates, yes.
Gums,
Gums, yes.
Leonard,
Leonard, yes.
Molina,
Molina, yes.
Strathman,
Strathman, yes.
Tepe,
Tempe, yes.
Sanchez.
Sanchez, yes. Item P, authorizing the de-obligating of state and local fiscal recovery revenue loss recoupment funds from resolutions 24-382 and re-obligating the same amount to the exterior envelope pipe chase improvements at the Kane County Jail for the Kane County Building Management Department. I need a motion and a second.
Bates moves.
Gums will second.
Bates moves, Gums seconds. Any questions, comments? Clerk, please call the roll.
Bates,
Bates, yes.
Gums,
Gums, yes.
Leonard,
Leonard, yes.
Molina,
Molina, yes.
Strathman,
Strathman, yes.
Tepe,
Tempe, yes.
Sanchez.
Sanchez, yes.
Mhm.
Item Q, a resolution authorizing the correcting of SLRF amount from revenue loss recoupment funds awarded in resolution 24-341 to fund judicial center water quality improvements for the Kane County Building Management Department and re-obligating the corrected amount to the Kane County Satellite Offices Building and Elgin HVAC System Renovations Project for the Kane County Building Management Department. I need a motion and a second.
Strathman moves.
Strathman moves.
Leonard will second.
Leonard, ooh, this one almost went down. Leonard seconds. Any questions? This is just a little bit of housekeeping and re-obligating. So, clerk, please call the roll.
Bates,
Bates, yes.
Gums,
Gums, no.
Leonard,
Leonard, yes.
Molina,
Molina, yes.
Strathman,
Yes.
Tepe,
Tempe, yes.
Sanchez.
Sanchez, yes. All right, on to old business. This is one that
Mr.
bef-
Chair, Gums,
Gums.
I would make a motion to remove this from the agenda.
Well, I can respect that, I suppose, but there is an intention behind having this on the agenda. One being that it was sent to us by the executive committee. And the other being that because of the project that we approved just previously for the Foxwater Trail, they've gone over budget to utilize it for the boat launches. So the monies that were going to be going to these solar powered signs are no longer available. So I'd ask for a motion in a second so that we can take some action on this today.
Question, Mr. Chairman. With respect to this SOFA solar powered signs, what I don't understand is this was voted down in committee. So why is that being brought forward again?
Well, if we could just open this, can we get a motion in a second so we can discuss this?
Strathman moves.
I'll second.
Who's Molina seconds? So well, essentially, this is part of an overall project that was approved. So the day that I wasn't here, this came before this committee and it was voted against. I think we just felt that it sort of throws a wrench in. It kind of creates a complication for a project that was approved overall to now have one part of it be denied. And we wanted to have a broader conversation on it to make sure this is really what the board wanted to do. Because essentially the ARPA committee is advisory, right? And we had never had that situation come up where something that was a part of an approved project, a smaller component of it was rejected. So it was kind of like a new scenario. And then when it was brought up at executive committee, it was discussed to send it back to ARPA committee. So that's why it's here today. The executive committee authorized that to be so. But Mr. Van Kerkhoff, if you want to just describe kind of the status of this and what you're asking us to do today.
Sure. Yeah, quite simply, all the funds that were available for the Fairless Foxwater Trail Infrastructure Project have been dedicated now through your earlier action for the actual launch site improvements. So there are no ARPA funds available for this. What staff is requesting this morning is that you simply refer this resolution over to the Jobs Committee. And the reason for that is we'd like to do a couple of things. One, we to go through a procurement process and have an active quote that's good to the end of the year and could be extended for the signs. Due to the community meeting that we hosted earlier this year, we had 6 or 7 communities that are very interested and enthused about having these signs in their community. And so we'd like to do is explore with the Jobs Committee whether they would like us to pursue approaching the communities and doing it from a cost share standpoint. So it wouldn't be all county funding, as well as we'd like the opportunity to show the Jobs Committee and subsequently the full board more details on where they would be located to address some of the concerns on location and what they would look like, as well as do a better job of demonstrating to the board, what the level of community support is. And I think it was Mr. Tepe who had asked what was the return on investment from an economic development standpoint. Let some of those communities speak to what value they would see, and potentially use our economic development fund for the county's portion of it, but also, as I mentioned, look at asking the communities to do a cost share on the project. So basically this morning, I'm just asking to keep the bid alive, so to speak, by sending it to Jobs Committee, and then they can have a further discussion on it.
So essentially, this would take it out of the realm of the ARPA funds altogether. And then just give, that Jobs Committee an opportunity to explore it. So any questions or comments on this?
You need a
The
motion?
motion
We have a motion in a second.
to move to Jobs Committee?
Oh, to move. Yeah, we need that.
I'll make a motion to move this resolution to the Jobs Committee.
I'll second. Strathman will second.
Berta moves to send it to Jobs. Strathman seconds. Any discussion?
The other.
Hmm?
Point of order, didn't we have a motion and second on the original?
The main resolution to open it. Now we're sending it to Jobs.
We have to vote on that first and.
No, because this is essentially, it's kind of like an amendment. Yeah, it's an action that you can take while a resolution is open to send it to somewhere else. That's what happened with this when it was at executive. It was opened, it was discussed, and they said, bring it back to ARPA.
Right.
Yeah. Any other questions or comments? Hearing none, clerk, please call the roll.
Bates,
Bates, yes.
Gums,
Gums, no.
Leonard,
Leonard, no.
Melina,
Melina, yes.
Strathman,
Strathman, yes.
Tepe,
Tempe, yes.
Sanchez.
Sanchez, yes.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Van Kerkhoff. All right, no need for executive session. That's it. That's pretty much it. Maybe there's like $5 we might come up with for next
I'd
month.
like to know what we're gonna do with that $5.
I think we should get some popcorn, but a little round of applause for everybody because we did it. All right, we came in on time. Mr. Tepe,
Have you arranged a party yet?
I heard you were going to do that.
Well, I want to thank Chairman Sanchez for your incredible amount of work. And I'm going to get a little philosophical for a moment. I joined the board in 2020 in the deepest moment of COVID. Then we've done all this during COVID and after COVID. And I believe the new board in 2025 may most of us still be here at that time. We'll have a new world. It's going to be a new era. The money will be gone. COVID hopefully will be gone. It's going to be different. But thank you for ushering us to that moment, Mr. Sanchez. Did a great job.
Here, here.
Yep. Let's see it.
It's been fun. That's one way to put it.
One way to say it. Yeah.
I don't understand your definition of fun, but okay.
Yeah, there's multiple definitions of fun, but it's been a good run. So this committee will still continue as needed for anything that, is required. But I see a period where it may go to, quarterly meetings or something like that.
Yeah. What about the implementation now? Are we involved? There's still got to be things. There will be many things that have to be implemented properly. Is that still, is that why we'll meet
Well, the
sometimes?
projects they have until the end of 2026 to be completed, the money to be spent. So that's the phase that we're going to enter into now, is kind of that monitoring phase as the projects are underway.
And we won't be monitoring or
I think, you know, we probably likely still have like a monthly report or something, you know, but we'll meet as needed only, you know, when there's some kind of authority that needs to be granted.
Is there any possibility right now that any of these projects could flop and then the $1 million could
Sure.
come back to us?
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
no,
we
that,
would
that very
reallocate?
well could happen. And so how it works with the internal rule is that, or the final rule is that once you obligate a project and it's officially in the system, you've got contracts in place and you've spent some money on it and it's being tracked in our quarterly reports. It's considered obligated, and now you can move that money around to other projects as needed. So if you have something that comes in $1 million under, that $1 million, it'll come back here to
So we'll.
de-obligate it and re-obligate it like we did today to something else. And there are plenty, as you can see, you know, a lot of our capital or buildings projects, they could absorb as much money as we want to throw at it, essentially. I mean, I think Roger would agree with that.
HVAC tattooed on their.
Yeah,
their
which
chest.
is good. I mean, which is all in well. I mean, it's, you know, these are valid projects under the ARPA rules, and they are going to benefit of the community in
Mhm.
various ways. So yes, so thank you all for being a part of this. We will be back, but it's going to be a little quieter now. So
Hopefully.
End of an era. End of.
maybe
the
not for
COVID era.
Suzanne, but for us. Yeah.
Bum, 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 bum,
Yeah,
bum.
so champagne later, huh? All right, I need a motion and a second to
Bates
adjourn.
moves.
Bates moves,
In seconds.
Strathman seconds. All those in favor say aye.
Hi.
All right, it's too bad.